everyone, so welcome back to my channel, and today is actually going to be a first impression of the new L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, which is the cushion one. I have purchased and owned the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. This would be the original one for years, and it is probably still to this day one of my favorite foundation. So when I heard that they came out with this one, I was like, we've got to give it definitely a try because I really do love my original one. So if you guys are interested to see this foundation, so first, this foundation is a little bit different than our typical foundations because one, it comes in this kind of compact form. So you just flip it open and it has a really nice size mirror to apply, and it also has this little puff that you would actually use to apply the foundation. I am going to opt out of the puff because I actually don't prefer to apply foundations with these, just to give you guys a different take on how to apply foundation. But when you flip this little top part here, this is where the magic happens. So what it is, it's kind of this cushy applicator that you would just tap your puff into and then apply on the face. What they say, and I'm just reading right here off of the website, is that this is supposed to be a fresh, luminous finish for pretty much any skin tone. And they also say that is a buildable, customizable coverage. So those are the couple of things that I'm going to be testing, is obviously how well this color matched, and also if it is buildable. I will say that while it was in store, they did have some really kind of weird testers. It was these sticker things that you applied onto your skin to try to get the best match. One of the downfalls with obviously drugstore foundation is that there's not testers available. And the color that I got is in W8, or W8 for warm, which is Cream Cafe. And just to give you guys kind of a reference point, in the L'Oreal True Match foundation, I'm actually in N78 neutral. This is the foundation that I have used for years. So it was really difficult to try to pick up a color. One thing that I have to say that was really not pleasing about this foundation is that it was $17. Like, when, and I put this on Snapchat, I was like, when did CVS and these drugstores become Sephora? Like, this was kind of very expensive. I think the most I've ever spent on a drugstore foundation was probably maybe 13 bucks. If you guys are interested to see the application of this foundation, stay tuned. So the first thing I'm going to do is obviously to prime. I'm going to use my Too Faced. This is their Hangover Replenishing Primer. Use whatever primer that you want, but because my skin is super dry, I need a very moisturizing and luminous primer. So we'll start with this. I'm trying not to rub my eyebrows off. And next thing I'm going to do is just quickly to color correct around the mouth. So now we're going to apply our foundation. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation, which is their new foundation. So for today's foundation application, I'm going to be using my trusty Sigma F80 brush, which I haven't used in a long time, and actually be my color. I'm going to bring just a little bit down the neck here, even though I have a turtleneck on. So I just zoomed in a little bit so you guys can get a little bit closer look at the coverage. So far, it really reminds me of my other foundation from L'Oreal. And it says that it has buildable coverage, so what I'm going to do is pick up just a little bit more and kind of work on the outer parts of the face. So far this is what it looks like. It's pseudo buildable, but I do see that it is clinging to patches on my skin, which I don't like. Obviously I can't help that because I'm super dry, but so far the foundation feels very similar to the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, the original one. So far it's a little sticky and tacky for my liking. It doesn't set pretty quickly, which is okay, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face and I'll be back. So I just finished the rest of my face. I went ahead and applied my concealer blush, contour, all that and everything. So this is pretty much what it looks like with everything done. I feel that it's pretty good so far. It takes a little while for it to set. Like, I still feel a little stickiness because I didn't set around the chin. So if you do have oily skin, I would definitely recommend you to set it. Even dry girls, maybe grabbing a powder like the Laura Mercier translucent powder and just kind of setting it, because it doesn't feel like it's 100% like to the skin. For luminosity, it's okay. I feel that my original True Match Lumi, excuse the dirty bottle, but the original actually gives a little bit more of a luminous feel. And I'm wondering, because the fact that my skin is so dry, if my skin is actually counteracting that, but it really shouldn't be a problem, because if it is luminous, it should show through regardless. So right now I would give this foundation probably a B-. I'm actually really liking my original one better than I'm liking this. So far I would recommend it for someone who obviously is looking for a foundation that is pseudo buildable. It is pretty buildable. I would recommend for us dry girls, make sure that you exfoliate, because I do have some patch going on. And obviously if you are oily, definitely make sure that you set your foundation with some sort of powder. So I would give this foundation pretty much an overall, I would give it a B. And I've ranked foundations so far much higher, but obviously I will continue to play with this, because I do like it so far, but it's kind of hard to say if I love it. If it ends up in my favorites, then you guys know that I love it. So once again, thank you guys for watching and checking in on this foundation of this first impression. If you guys like more first impressions, definitely give me a thumbs up, and also put in the comments some ideas of things that you would like me to try out here on my channel. I would love to hear from you guys. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. And until next time, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.